will tell you right now, as God is my witness, if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included. We lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included.
They know. They know their time is coming to an end. They know that MAGA is off. They know that this cannot last forever. When they're starting to say these things publicly, when they're starting to say we have to codify every terrible thing we've done because otherwise we will lose it all forever, they know. And you should too. You should take heart in what Steve Bannon is saying here, not because you are celebrating the evilness of this regime or the people that support it or their desperate attempts to cling to power, but their desperation itself. It reeks of weakness. They are a cornered animal, snarling, rabid, but cornered. Do not forget how far we have already come. Do not forget how long we have already been fighting this. There will be a day, and that day is not too far in the distant future, where this entire regime and the hateful MAGA rhetoric will be done.
Steve Bannon, one of Trump's loudest and most controversial allies, recently made a statement that has shaken up both Republicans and Democrats online. During a speech, Bannon, bluntly told Republicans that if they lose power by the midterm elections or in 2028, many of them will be going to prison, including him himself. That comment immediately set the internet on fire. People are now asking, why would he say something like that so openly? What is he afraid of? And what exactly does this reveal about the, current state of the Republican Party? Okay, now, a lot of people are saying, okay, that this is fear. This is him, okay, expressing the fear that they have as a people. Okay, it's getting to them, especially with the current election that just happened, that Democrats swept everywhere. Now they are really, really getting scared that if this happens and everybody gets to vote Democrat again, then there will be an issue. So guys, so welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So I'm going to let the rest of the videos roll, then I'll come back with more commentary. Credit to all creators on this video. Let's go watch.
You right now, as God is my witness, if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included. They're not.
Jail? What do you mean you're going to jail? Is there something you want to tell us? Is there something you want to share with the class? Yeah, what you mean jail? Only people who say that are people who commit crimes. You're giving very much rat. Hey, Proud Boys, Triple K, I don't know if you guys realize this, but you got to snitch amongst your mist. Because people who talk like that is people who are federal as hell. What crimes did you commit? Did it happen to have something to do with an island and a couple rich people and some kids? I don't know. Since you opened your big mouth and you wanted to put this information out here voluntarily that you're going to jail, why is that? Could that be the reason? Comment down below. What do you guys think?
Wait a minute. Did Steve Bannon say if Republicans lose the midterm elections that some of them, including himself, are going to prison?
And I will tell you right now, as God is my witness, if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included.
That's really strange. What an awkward thing to say. Steve Bannon, why would you guys be going to prison? Are you telling on yourself? What? I'm flabbergasted. I mean, I don't know what this all means. Why? I'm really curious. Why would you guys be going to prison?
Because I know that y'all really don't be taking me seriously. Like y'all really just think I be on this app hooting and hollering. Okay. Some of y'all be ready to tussle with me inside the comments. All the time. Trying to be able to say I'm wrong. So I'm gonna bring somebody else to help make my point. Just give me a second.
And I will tell you right now, as God is my witness, if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included.
Yeah, so hopefully y'all actually start believing me when I say that midterms is a big deal. Not just to us, but definitely to them. Yeah, he's talking to a room of conservatives. And he literally said, if we don't win it, all y'all in here and me's is going to jail. I've been hooting and hollering about midterms for how long? Okay, y'all was out here trying to just make it seem like I was, the boy that cried wolf. But who knows? Maybe a conservative saying the same exact thing. You believe them instead of, I don't know, me.
So across social media, reactions were split, both intense. Many Democrats and independent laughed, saying he finally admitted it. Some wrote that Bannon's comment confirms what they have believed for years, that many top Republicans fear accountability more than they fear losing elections. Others called it the quiet part said out loud. The idea that some members of the MAGA movement view winning elections not as a chance to serve the people, but as a shield to protect themselves from the law. But even among conservatives, the reactions weren't calm. Some MAGA loyalists tried to defend Bannon, saying he was openly exaggerating to fire up the base and warn about political persecution, right? Others, however, expressed worry. They said this statement makes Republicans, kind of look sort of guilty, okay, like they are only fighting to stay out of, any form of jail instead of to make America better. For a party already struggling with credibility among moderate voters, that kind of talk doesn't help, right? The truth is, Bannon's warning exposes a bigger issue inside the GOP. The party is deeply, kind of divided right now. A lot of people scared. And for him to actually, openly admit such is actually something to look at. When Bannon says people will go to prison if they lose power, he's essentially saying that justice depends on political control, which should never be a case in a democracy, right? In a healthy system, nobody should be above the law, no matter which party wins or loses. So I guess that's why a lot of people actually, kind of calling him out. Now, you guys remember that just a few weeks ago, he talked about how they want to run for third term and all that, he need to, Trump need to finish what he has started and all that. And now, he is now firing people up and telling them, you know what, we need to make sure we win. If we lose this election, so many of us will go to prison, including him himself. Like, is that something like every other person is asking, right? Is that something that he needs to tell the rest of the people at the back so that everyone will get to hear?
I will tell you right now, as God is my witness, if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included.
Damn right. You know it, bro. You know it. You better call Trump up and tell him too. Because I'm telling you what, midterms are going to be bad for you guys. Oh, Steve Bannon, you're going to need another pardon from Trump. You're right. So many of you MAGA people are dirty as hell. And that administration and the buddies doing illegal shit. Hey, if you weren't doing illegal shit, you wouldn't be worried about going to prison. End of story. We are going to celebrate big time when we win in the midterms and we start clapping you guys and coming for you guys and send you guys to prison. Oh yeah, we're gonna fucking love it. Steve Bannon up there crying like a little bitch. They're gonna send us to prison. Yeah, bitch, you a criminal. Modern out.
My grandmother always said, be careful of the grave you dig for somebody else, because you just might fall in there. And that's what has happened to Republicans. Republicans dug a hole for liberals, and they ended up burying their own voters in that. Conservatives have spent years trying to build a political booby trap to stop liberal progress. Wanted to rig districts, break the voting rights, block bills, and create all this political suffering, right? Because the end goal was to own the libs. See, here's the funny part to me. The people that are really getting owned by and large by all of this stuff are Republicans. Republican voters can't get SNAP. Republican voters are losing their health care. Republicans are literally watching their schools and jobs disappear right in front of them. They're being played like a cat batting around a toy You know what I mean? Like, look at Texas. Texas tried to pull that stunt to get rid of Democratic seats. Oh, then California said, oh, you want to play? All right, cool. But California did it the right way. They took it to the voters. And the voters said, hell yeah. Now Republicans are nervous again because they know they've started this domino effect. Folks are waking up and they're tired of struggling. They're tired of listening to people on TV who have money tell them, oh, no. Don't believe your lying eyes. Your struggle makes you American. All of this was about trolling Democrats. And listen, trolling don't pay the bills. Trolling don't feed your family. Republicans have backed themselves into a corner because they started a fight. They wrote a check with their mouth that their ass can't cash. So my question is, are Republican voters going to finally wake up to the fact that the party, the people that they've been voting for actually want to keep them poor and oppressed? It seems like they've gone so far trying to punish everybody else. They're incapable of seeing that not only are they punishing their people don't even see it. It's insane.
So many people online also pointed out that his words sound almost like a blackmail to voters. He's basically saying if we don't win, we will be punished. That's not how democracy works. In a democracy, elections are about serving the people, not protecting yourself from consequences. If your biggest fear is accountability, maybe that says something about what's been, happening behind closed doors. The timing of Bannon's statement is also suspicious, with more investigations and all those things that is happening, with all the election that is currently happening, and Democrats winning in most of these states and all of that, right? It's actually like, is it that he's seeing some of these things and not getting scared and feeling like, you know what, I just need to tell these people so that they'll be awake and know exactly what is about to happen if we get to lose the midterm, right? And also 2028. So it's actually a classic tactic, okay? Play the victim before justice arrives. That way, if people do face charges, their supporters will see it not as law enforcement, okay, doing its job, but as a political attack. It's a tragedy that, kind of strategy that has worked for them before, but it's losing power as more Americans grow tired of endless drama and division. Not only that, I think a lot of people are also getting wise. People are like, you know what, you guys have given us enough promises, which we never see those promises, come to fulfillment. So it's time to take back our vote and, make our decisions. With everything that's currently happening right now, so many people are still not ready. Like they're not ready to vote Republican again, so that, they just want their life back. They want to be able to have their Medicaid, Medicare, Obamacare, all of those things back, then get their food stamp back. So many people are suffering with the whole courts happening in Section 8 and all that. Just all those things that's happening. A lot of them are like, you know what? It's time for us to vote people who are giving us those things, including farmers. Okay, who had given us those things? Maybe we should vote them so we can have access to those things that they promised us anyway, right? So many online commentators noted that Bannon's statement also unintentionally highlights how scared some Republicans are of losing their grip on power. If you truly believe in your policies and your moral standing, you shouldn't be afraid of what happens after an election. The fear of persecution implies there is something to hide, right? Meanwhile, Democrats and independent voters are using this moment to call for more accountability. A lot of people are like, is that something you guys are not telling us? Because before you could come out on social media, on a podium, right, to say something like this, knowing fully whether it's going to go around, then there is actually something that needs to be said. And there is an accountability that should happen that it's not happening. So if people empowered me that losing means going to prison, then maybe the justice system has a lot of catching up to do. It's becoming a bigger conversation about how much corruption, manipulation, and power abuse might be buried within, political cycles, and how important fair investigations are for restoring trust in the government. So some political experts think Bannon's comments might even, backfire. In the end, Steve Bannon's words reveal a lot about the fear that lies beneath the surface of the MAGA movement, which we are all seeing play out, right? For years, many of its leaders have acted like they were untouchable, but now reality seems, to be catching up. His statement shows, just how fragile that power really is. The more they talk about going to prison, the more Americans start to wonder what exactly have they been doing that makes them so worried. Anyway, guys, I would love to hear your own take as we wrap up in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Credit to all creators on this video. I look forward to seeing you all on my next. Let me know what you all think. Do not forget that. See you all next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.